We wasted time on planning tariffs. We wasted our time here, there, over there. We wasted our time, and most importantly, we wasted Canadian money on things for no reason. Heyo, and welcome to today where... one second. Okay, so recent things have happened, and I gotta keep it real. Danielle Smith put it completely perfectly when she made note that the relationship between Canada and America is basically just a marriage, and we're going through a dispute right now, or a dry spell per se, you could even say. And I have to say, it is annoying how accurate it is. And let me put this whole entire thing in concept form. We got Canada and America in a marriage. And annoyingly, it has been proven very dramatically that Canada is the woman in this case. Now, let's just dive into here. Because what you guys and I, because I mean, I'm here, but what you guys have been experiencing for the past, I don't know, 4 months, 3 months, 2 months, name your monthage. We've been experiencing this for this long. What you guys have all been going through and seeing and enduring is basically an ish test. I can say the proper word, but you know what I'm saying. That is basically what we have seen here. Trump said, we're gonna tariff you if you don't secure the border. And what did Canada do? Or Trudeau in this case, essentially. Oh, you're controlling. Oh, you're manipulative. Oh, I won't give you pleasure now. I'll withhold pleasure. Pleasure being booze and maple syrup with the retaliatory tariffs. Trump, or America in this concept, gave us a statement of, hey, secure the border or I'm gonna tariff you. And then what Trudeau basically did is give Trump an ish test. And all it took was 1 day of the tariffs for then Trudeau to completely back down, come crawling back to Daddy Trump, and then say, oh, please, I'll secure the border, I'll do that now. And then Trump said, there, little kitten, I won't tariff you for a month if you actually go through it, and perhaps I won't tariff you anymore afterwards even. That makes me feel disgusting to have said that, but that's basically what happened because the day of... Look at this graph. Basically just Nickelback here. Look at this graph of our dollar going to heck. Like, we just collapsed. The entire economy just, boom, today, it just gone. And then, what happened from then? Well, as I stated, Trudeau went crawling back to Daddy Trump. And in a recent statement, he has said a whole bunch, and I'm gonna read it off all to you. I just had a good call with President Trump. Canada is implementing our $1.3 billion border plan, reinforcing the border with new choppers, technology, and personnel, enhanced coordination with our American partners, and increased resources to stop the flow of fentanyl. Nearly 10,000 frontline personnel are and will be working on protecting the border. In addition, Canada is making new commitments to appoint a fentanyl czar. We will list cartels as terrorists, ensure 24/7 eyes on the border, launch a Canada-US joint strike force, and combat organized crime, fentanyl, and money laundering. I have also signed a new intelligence directive on organized crime and fentanyl, and we will be backing it with $200 million. Proposed tariffs will be paused for at least 30 days while we work together. This is good news! Guys, we dodged so much. We dodged so much. Holy Whitney. Holy cow. I tell you, we can take a breath here. And man, I will say, this is a personal experience. This is a completely personal experience. Yesterday, I didn't make a video yesterday because Sunday, I did a faux pas and I worked on Sunday. And so I was treating my Monday as a Sunday and just did not do anything. But what I had done was I basically prayed. This is odd to announce, but I prayed and I asked for like a solution to this because we don't want to go down this path. We do not want to go down the path of terrorists. We really do not. We do not. I prayed, and then I went to sleep. I woke up at, what was it? I think 4 p.m. And there was news that that the tariffs have been lifted for 30 days, and we're actually securing the border. I have no idea if there's any connection between those two things. I think I'd be a little bit stupid to not think that there's a connection between those two things, but I think it's a bit funny. Anywho, this is good. This is great news, but holy Whitney. Why couldn't we have... It frustrates me. This dude, we're doing Team Canada. We're gonna tariff them back with this, that, and the third. They can't live without us. We spent 1 day with tariffs. Our economy went to the floor. And then the very next, we have Trudeau walking back everything he said. Or planned for. Why did we spend 2 months planning things that we didn't need to plan? We wasted money on our executives here on meeting and congregating over this. We wasted time on planning tariffs. We wasted our time here, there, over there. We wasted our time, and most importantly, we wasted Canadian money on things for no reason. Because in the end, it took 1 day to walk back all of those 2 to 3 to 4 months of talking, planning, and money going into it. We spent so long for nothing. You can tell I'm a little bit peeved. Now, on other news, which I will soon probably be talking about it because it'll probably come up in news with CBC coming in saying Daniel Smith against Team Canada or something to that effect. Probably, because why wouldn't they? It's not like we don't know they're biased. But Daniel Smith has come out saying at the bottom of this whole entire thing, you can read it if you want, pause it if you enjoy it. But, she says, to this end, I am preparing to return to Washington, D.C. next week with my fellow premiers to continue our diplomatic efforts and will again return to D.C. later the month to attend the National Governors Association. I said this in the other video, but I'm gonna say it again, and I'm actually gonna say it a little bit more now. I duly believe that Daniel Smith saved our entire country. I'm gonna say that with my chest. Daniel Smith saved our country from the tariffs. Because if she had joined with Team Canada, do you think that this backtracking would have happened? That's a genuine question. I have no idea. I think Daniel Smith had such a pivotal role in this whole entire thing of Canadians not losing everything in the long run. Thank you, Daniel Smith, for being diplomatic about this stuff. Thank you. Like, I cannot stress that any louder. I can't. I'm sorry, I don't have that much vocal power in my voice to do that. And you know what's also funny on the flip side of that? Is how after 1 day of tariffs, both Canada and Mexico went back on everything. And oddly enough, they're also supplying 10,000 people to go and secure the border. They folded. And so did Trudeau. Or unfortunately, as a lot of people would say, Canada folded. But I mean, pick your term, I don't really care. They folded either way. And now we're securing the border and alleviating tariffs. Tariffs work, ladies and gentlemen, and that goes to you, CBC. Tariffs work. They duly work. Oh, and that also goes to CNN. Yeah, they work. Tariffs work, apparently, because they all caved. Now I'm gonna talk about another thing, which kind of just irks me, is how many silly liberals there are in today's time. Like, utterly and ridiculously silly they are. They're stating that Trump caved. There's people after Trudeau has come out saying we're sending 10,000 people to secure the border. We're confirming that the cartels are terrorists, and this, that, and the third. That all happened, but then silly liberals are coming by and saying that Trump caved by not tariffing us. No, you stupid people. He's not caving because the entire stipulation of the tariffs was to secure the border, and go frigging figure, after Trudeau has said, oh guys, we're gonna send 10,000 people to secure the border, for some reason, now the tariffs are alleviated. Wow, look at that. 1 + 1 still equals 2. It doesn't equal window to jump out with your brain. And then we got ourselves the pleb reporter coming in and stating the ever so obvious, which is how fast countries have decided to bend the knee to tariffs, which is Colombia, they caved to Trump in 15 minutes, and then Mexico caved in 48 hours, Canada caved 48 hours, basically. Or as someone else below puts it, correction, Mexico 46 hours, Canada 51 hours. Doesn't really matter, because the point is they caved. They caved. Completely and utterly caved. And then there's someone else who posted a comment, and they air my thoughts out quite eloquently. Trump: we will put tariffs on Mexico until they secure the border. Mexico: we will send 10,000 troops to secure our border. Trump: that is all I asked. Tariffs are removed. And then the left: Trump caved. Mexico won. Doy. They're mentally silly. I don't understand this. That is the exact sentiment that is seen pervading the X for some reason. People thinking that Trump caved in this whole entire thing, even though Mexico and Canada both leaned in to what Trump wanted. But yeah, Trump caved. Doy. Mentally silly is all what liberals are. So, once again, Canada could have completely negated the entire economic buffoonery that happened just 2 days ago at this rate. Could have totally just evaded it by not spending so much money, Canadian money, our tax-paying dollars, on things that would be all, in the end, ultimately reversed. They spent our money, our taxpayer dollars, on things that did nothing in the end. They spent time, they wasted money, they talked, they did all of this for nothing. They met up with officials, talked with premiers, tried to get Team Canada to fight back against the tariffs, and they rolled it all back. It was for nothing. They wasted our money. They wasted our money that after 1 day of of tariffs, completely collateraled, they spent our tax-paying dollars that already wasn't that high in term of value. They wasted all of that on stuff that did not amount to anything. They wasted our money. utter, completely silliness in our government. It is fascinating how silly liberals are in this day and age. Aren't they supposed to be the higher thinkers who are able to be so, I don't know, using their brain and see diversity? They're able to see uniqueness in people. They're able to use their brain and be so empowered. And then we got ourselves these silly buffoons wasting our time, wasting our tax dollars, and getting all people in Canada in a huff, I guess you could say, over us being economically drained. That was spittle, I'm sorry, but wasted so much of our already collapsed economy on stuff that amounted to nothing. We wasted 2 months doing nothing. Trump, first day, signed how many executive orders? And then in Canada, we spent 2 entire months planning on stuff that would never happen. People make me frustrated, but I mean, good news is that we're not gonna become all poverty people because, couldn't afford the tariffs. Obviously. I called it, I guess. I don't know. Do I get the right to say I called it, even though it was like me seeing someone driving into a train and being like, hey, that's not gonna work? Can I really say I called it? I think so, but at the same time, not really, because this was obvious. But I guess we need a young Canadian to tell this to old people in power that this was obviously not gonna happen. Silly. That is all this month. That's all the 2 months were, was silly shenanigans of our liberal leaders. Utterly silly. Utterly silly. But it is good news either way, because now we don't have to plan on being poverty-stricken through economic collapse. And so that is where I'm gonna leave off today, because got tomorrow to look forward to. But I hope to see you tomorrow. Perhaps you enjoyed today's video, so hit the like button, subscribe, do all that thing, average YouTuber call out stuff, do it, it'll help the channel. Anywho, I hope to see you tomorrow, but until then, I hope that you have a good one.